We've been here for almost 2 hours. That was stupid. Man, y'all gotta, y'all, I swear to God, when we I don't know what we gotta do. I don't hang out with people like that. I'm telling you. It irks my soul to sit up around people that do dumb shit like what she just did to us. That kind of shit. People who just want to talk for no reason, don't want to talk about nothing. She's a troll. That's what Tiffany Henyard is. She's a troll. Now, this is actually, again, Burgundy Blue commentaries take from the Village of Dolton meeting on from the Thornton Township. I hear you. Thank you, Burgundy Blue. This is her video of the Thornton Township meeting. I believe it was a town hall. So I heard the first half of the meeting really was boring, and then the last half is when they got into the shit. So I'm gonna try to fast forward through all the bullshit and get to the good part. Thank you so much, Rosetta. I appreciate you. Let's see. And again, I didn't mention this before, but this content is being used according to fair use, which gives us the option to use this content for different things. It allows us to use the content for purposes like criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. And we're using it for all those ways today. So I definitely thank you to both sources for this content. Not you, Tiffany. Shut the fuck up. Burgundy Blue, definitely thank you. Let's get into what she had to bring us. Yourself around me, sugar. Hold on, I gotta make sure this is right so you can see it. So I let you be. I think that's good. I let you be. If you can see that, okay, let me know in the chat. I'll go ahead and start it. Here we go. That whole video was stupid. Let me zip through this a little bit. I literally haven't watched it, y'all, so forgive me.
Fine. Report.
Thank you. Now we're gonna.
I'm gonna skip through this and see where the part started. That seems boring. Was it when the y'all tell me, was it when the actual comments started?
Thank you, Julie.
When it actually got good? The Long Island audit did a video too, but he didn't have a very good audio.
Within 48 hours, which we had available to.
I don't really feel, I'll be honest with you, we just sat through a whole 5-minute Tiffany Henyard video that was stupid. So I don't really feel like sitting through listening to her talk. I would rather get to the part where the citizens spoke, if that makes sense.
And report, etc. of Tiffany A. Henyard, supervisor and ex-official treasurer of the Thornton Township Road and Bridge Fund, the said town of Thornton, that we find the same in all respects correct and true, that there appears on the 29th day of February 2024 a balance of $865,555.10 in a checking account of Old National Bank in Lansing, Illinois, and $1,257,170.74 in investments. Signed this 9th day.
Are you serious? Did I hear that right? I think that's where we're going to start. Have you guys already seen this? Have you guys seen this? Did you hear what that man just said? Did he say there's $800 in one account and $1 million in the other? Is that what he just said? We got to listen to that again. Somebody said started about 32 minutes, so there's 33. Is that where I should start?
Sure.
We had we was awarded money from the state where I want to say we gave about 75 youth throughout the Thornton Township college scholarships. So that was part of that. We also hired youth throughout the Thornton Township and placed them in different municipalities to work with. We also did the Mental Health Youth Summit. That's just some stuff from the finance aspect. I don't know if we have someone that was in that outreach that could tell you more. We even had CPR when we went to all the different high schools in Dolton Township. We did CPR for about maybe 600 kids. I'm just speaking from finance, but they could tell you like the more, I don't know who's someone who else can speak, but those are some of the different programs. They also did EMT training for some of you. We got $1 million from the state, and so that was 800 spent this year and 200 spent the year before. So we had a $1 million grant, and those are something I can think on top of it. I give you a whole list about all of them. Yes, we have a whole detailed budget, salaries came out, and whoever worked on the project,
Thank you for that. And I apologize for taking all this time. I'm just doing this for the benefit of the people who haven't had a chance to look at this because I have. So I feel like I have an advantage. The other question I had was about, and I don't understand that. So the other receivables, I'm just assuming that's a bundling of some other money. The only other
I am the right place,
I'm not
y'all.
trying to be a wisecrack, but like I said, I worked in corporate for 40 years.
Yeah, Sean, you're going to definitely want to get a drink for this. I actually was about to open another bottle of wine. Thank you for letting me know.
Vendors didn't pay $53,000 and chicken, and I mean, we would eat like that on special occasions when we would have a corporate event, which was not usual, or we would have, people come flying out to New York in the big, conference room, that sort of thing for a big meeting. But on the norm, this is a lot for I worked for Fortune 500, Fortune 100. So this looks like a lot for what I view as a small organization. So that's just.
You're talking about the spending. Am I understanding correctly?
Robert, I have a question for you too. Make sure you tell them what's your surplus, like you did for the general assistance fund. What's your surplus for the general fund, please?
And can I just say something about that one too? I want to just say, John, when you talk about the 53,000, I was like, that's for our senior meals, where we pay a monthly fee, where we serve meals to seniors at Riverdale, Calumet City Chicken. So when you say that $53,000, that's an outstanding bill for all the meals we serve for seniors for the month before. I just don't want you, I don't want you, so yeah, 53,000, but we can give you numbers how many seniors they fed that month and how many people said, these seniors be happy about eating those meals, picking them up. So I just want to let you know about, when you said that number, it's a big number, but it's touching a lot of seniors. Well, I was talking about that one for John. We said $50 from John Catering. I was letting you know what that. We can go through the other ones too. I was letting you know about that. The surplus was $6,132,866.70.
Thank you.
How you doing, board? I am Jedidiah, and I'm just learning how the township works. And I listened to the report that was just given. It's nice to finally see Supervisor Henyard in person.
Excuse
Where
me.
you going, in yard?
So if I
I
can
was
explain
actually
that
going to speak
this
to the
is,
report. You didn't give me enough time.
so are you an elector of the township?
I'm not.
Okay, then you cannot speak during this time, you can speak during regular public comment.
And when is that?
That is at the end of the meeting?
I got time already.
I don't know why he keep inserting himself anyway. God damn, go
Marcus
home.
Watts, 15749 South Park Avenue, South Hollywood, North. In the last meeting, I was informed that there was a mental health program. I didn't hear that. Is there a line item budget for the mental health program?
Budget, we're still in the budget process. We're gonna be presenting the board the budget in 2 weeks, and we plan on passing it in May. So I would say, if I can speak about that, are you saying for our current budget or the next upcoming budget? Okay. Yes. There's a line item, yes. Say yes.
You know what the amount?
You know, I don't have that budget in my hand. No. I mean, I can give you that line. I just don't have it.
I'm sorry, I missed most of the report that we're about to vote on. No, tell us where you're going to post it online. But it appears that the finance director has something significant to hide from the public. Since the beginning of the year, I've been trying to arrange a 15-minute with him just to get 2 numbers from 2023. He has my contact information, but a staff member here told me he would answer my questions through FOIA, but that is not the case. Why are FOIA requests being
Mara.
The township board voted at the last meeting to pay X thousand dollars to settle a lawsuit, but the only numbers that my FOIA request produced was the annual report from Frank Zuccarelli's last year in office. Now, I understand that this year's report won't be available until August or September, and I expect it is going to be audited.
Sir, we can only ask questions right now related to the report that was just read. We're gonna have public comments at the end. If you wanna get up and speak again on your issues, you can.
Okay.
Okay, can I fast forward through this then?
He's hiding things from the public.
Listen, there's a whole lot going on right now. I'd like to go to the public comment portion. I'm sure
Ended
there's
February 29, 2024.
Yeah. Remember we went over that today? We didn't see nothing on
There's a
that.
lot of confusion about the information that's being presented and that's being presented. This agenda, I saw this agenda online several weeks ago. Now, if you want people to have the information, you could have clearly put it on this agenda where that information would be posted and when it would be available, and then individual
Funds are spent and for what purposes are spent during the said fiscal year ending as foresaid. This said, Tiffany A. Hilliard, being duly sworn, doth oppose and say that the following statement by her subscribed is a true and correct statement of the amount of funds on hand.
I'm gonna go back. I think this is the part we want to start at. Oh, Mara, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking on the role of being a moderator. Rosetta, walk you through any questions you have. Ask her or Amanda. They'll be happy to go.
Everybody that was in favor, please raise your card in.
Well, they count for their life. They count for their life, baby.
Let me see what this vote was for. I'm sorry, y'all. I should have watched this and found out what was going on. I just didn't.
Thank you, Julie.
I'll start from here. Thank you, Rosetta.
Can I just ask?
Hold on, you guys, keep it down. Someone's at the podium.
Anybody thinking about Sean? He be looking for something.
This is not, I don't believe this is not the budget going forward, right? This is not the budget. This is reflecting expenditures from last year and revenue from last year up until end of February. This is spent.
Oh.
So I just want to make sure I'm understanding.
That is correct, and if I
This is
can
already
respond to your
spent, and you're
question.
just acknowledging, still pending an audit, but acknowledging what was already spent. I'm expecting that a budget based on that is forthcoming. Am I correct? I'm just.
No, ain't no budget.
Yes.
So that's what they gave these people, a record of the spending.
So I'm personally more interested in seeing the new numbers and having that information in a timely fashion and having it available for proper review.
We're gonna watch it from here.
So I just want to make sure I was understanding, this is not the budget going forward, this is water under the bridge pretty much.
Even though it's water under the bridge to suspend the rules.
Ma'am, can you state your name for us, please?
My name is Trina Dow, it's 15101 Brandon Dolton. And so
Look
I would
at
like to
Tiffany's
make a motion
face.
to suspend the rules until we can have copies of the financials distributed to the electors.
She's so smart.
Can I get a second?
Trina Downs is smart, y'all.
Is there a second?
No.
Is there a second for her motion?
Until they make us copies.
That's what you should do. Trina Downs said we shouldn't vote on nothing until we have the budget. I need to stop listening to that attorney named Tiffany. Full of shit. She look constipated. She's so good. I'm gonna make you go in the comments.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to verify there was no second for the motion.
That is Stephanie
There is a
Wiedemann on the
motion and a
left,
second on the floor.
on the far left. She works for the, I don't know.
She rescinded her motion.
I look like a trustee at the podium. That's funny. That's hilarious.
And as far as I know, through the years that I've been in the township, almost over 30 years, we have always gotten a printout of everything that was detrimental to the citizens here in the township. We have always, especially when it related to figures and money and things that were distributed to. So, because I had one particular question that I wanted answered in relationship with what you just mentioned, sir, and that was about mental illness. Because my understanding that we've had 2 referendums on 2 different elections, and they were both vetoed. They were not passed. So I want to know what is happening with the money that's supposedly to have been dedicated for mental illness, because of the fact that there was so much friction regarding that referendum. I don't know if it's just going to be a day reverse, or someone will continuously discuss this issue. And if so, if not, where is the money going to that was supposedly allocated for mental illness? And this was something that most of the township, the 17 municipalities, were not in favor of. So I would like a little bit more information regarding that, unless, of course, we're going to table a lot of this information that's going on now, and the referendum will not be discussed at all. We need clarification on a lot of things, Robert, and it has not been done. There are figures that are being thrown out to us here, and we are not comprehensive of exactly what you're stating. How is it relating to us as taxpayers? Okay? If I need a definitive answer, and I'm sure that the majority of our constituents here have the same frame of mind. Thank you.
All right, just to clear everything up once again for everybody that maybe didn't get it, the law states that when we have a town hall meeting, we can recite the numbers to you, which we have done in the past. And for this young lady, she went and got the information in paper form within 48 hours, which we had available to everybody. So it's sad that everybody get upset because I have a piece of paper here today to be given to them when literally all we have to do is recite the numbers to you, or B, you go get the paper from the clerk's office. I'm just telling you what the law is.
Yes,
It's like
the
going
answer
to
to this
school for a
question is
test and you're not prepared. You have to go do the work. So even if we have the paper readily available, people, you're not gonna read it that quick. So that's why you're supposed to go get it within 48 hours.
this is not the first time Tiffany Henry has kept the people from being able to see the budget. She has made people have to go down to the village and sit for 4 or 5 hours and read the budget because she won't let them take it when it's supposed to go online.
Read it before you come to this meeting, so you're equipped and ready with questions for us. So I just want to put that out there. So we are getting clarity now from the lawyer, so we can move forward, so we can conclude this meeting, so we can move on with our other agenda items.
She got an attitude. She's with Delgado Law Firm.
Borisha Matosan, Negusimi Ronan, 15324 Ingleside Avenue, South Harlem. Just a clarifying question. You said that this information is available at the clerk's office. Is that information also duly published online?
No.
And if it is, may I ask where I can access it online?
It's
So
not.
it's not published online?
You know why?
So then,
I'm gonna tell you why. Wire fraud.
I guess, yeah, that's really the only question. I believe it should be, but
Yeah.
If you
Remember
had a federal case against you, if you were under federal investigation, would you put your paperwork online for anybody to see and hold you accountable to and see what you spending? You don't know what she telling them people.
Today, we didn't see nothing on
There's
that.
a lot of confusion about the information that's being presented, and that's being
Rico,
presented.
definitely.
This agenda, I saw this agenda online several weeks ago. Now, if you want people to have the information, you could have clearly put it on this agenda where that information would be posted and when it would be available, and then individuals would have had the opportunity to review the information, print it out, come here. We don't want to provide a copy for people here, but they would have had the information. So, you know, we're standing behind what the law says, but why don't we try to make it easier for the citizen? Put the information on the agenda. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so
Could I ask if there's any reason why the mic has been turned off? And the live stream. We have people here that have been cut off. We've got a security guard that's rude enough to stand in front of people. This is a public meeting. This is a public meeting. There are people that didn't make it here for whatever reasons, health-wise, whatever. What are we hiding? And I'm Mary Ann.
okay, for the record, no one's
Thank
mics
you.
off, and if you didn't pay your cell phone bill, that's on you.
Damn.
Just letting you know what it is.
So disrespect. And I know she's not talking.
If there's no other
What the phones at the village disconnected the day before? The fuck?
questions and comments, the first motion that was made, the first motion that was made to postpone, okay, everybody keep it down, to postpone the vote, there wasn't seconded, so that dies. The next motion that was made to suspend rules until everybody had a copy of the numbers in their hand, that was seconded by Ms. Donahue. We're gonna take a vote on postponing until everybody has a copy of the financials in their hand. So everybody in favor?
She gonna have like 157 counts of one thing.
Everybody in favor of suspending the rules until we have a copy of the budget in our hands? Please raise your yellow card and hold it up. the report as read?
And just for clarification, it is not the budget, it's the annual financial report. It is a draft.
Okay. Everybody, all the nays, put your hands up. Everybody not in favor of postponing the rules?
So that means it's not the whole truth. She counting. This the one where they said they only had $800 in the account. Yep, that's Tiffany up there now. The attorney, she's done work at the village as well. She comes over to the village from time to time. No, it's not the final report. Isn't that crazy? So who knows what the final report actually will be? No, she ain't gonna get back to you.
Opposed, can you please put your cards up? If you're opposed to postponing until we have a copy of the report in our hand.
That was a nicer way to say that, Hill Power. The way you said it before made me feel some type of way. I'm a single mother, and it ain't because I can't get a man, it's because a man can't keep me, okay? Young women don't look up to her, though. Have you talked to the women around town? Like, they don't be feeling her.
Everybody that was in favor, please raise your card in.
Well, they count for their life. They count for their life, baby.
Thank you, Rosetta. Shoot, they are talking about you can't keep a man, nigga. A man can't keep me. It's about my own diamonds, ho. Shit, we really want to talk about it. I'm trying to trace this comment. She arguing.
Chris Gonzalez not voting anyway. He's not voting anyway.
Okay, thank you. Motion failed.
No, Delgado hasn't been paid. They bumped him from the list this week. He didn't make it. I did an episode,
43.
did a breakdown episode on that vote that went up to YouTube today. So you should see that. It's the first meeting marathon. It's called something about the Dolton trustees fixed what Tiffany Henry broke or something like that. I broke down the vote on the finances on that video, and it's on YouTube.
Okay, is there
now.
any questions or comments?
Everybody. Or you can see it on Patreon as well.
You did a superseding motion to approve the general fund report as read. And there was a second.
I don't know what happened to her. I saw her.
All in favor, please raise your cards.
No, actually, no, you're right. But I'll tell you this, you're right. Just because the trustees voted against it doesn't mean she hasn't paid it. That is true. But is there enough money to pay it? See, you got to understand right now, they're living off of the taxes. They were anyway, but every dime they get from day to day is based on people paying their taxes. What would happen if the people in Dolton stopped paying their taxes? And when I don't give a fuck, come get this shit. It's sliding down the hill anyway because you won't fix the sewer. It's only worth $45,000. Charge it to the game. What if the people in Dolton just stopped paying their taxes and went on a tax boycott, a tax strike? Because every single dime that Tiffany Henry and Keith Freeman are getting right now is coming from the taxes. None of the grants are come through. Nothing. What if the people, I mean, what do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. I'm looking to see what you think about that. What do you think that would be a wise strategy, or am I thinking crazy? Am I going mad? I'm not looking for you to agree with me. I really would like to know what you think, because I've filled out federal and state paperwork. I don't pay taxes. I made a decision many years ago to stop paying taxes, and I led my mailman and taught him how to do the same thing legally. We don't pay taxes. My mailman said I saved him about $400 a month. Just all you gotta do is keep the paperwork up every year. Keep it up. Keep your paperwork up. I decided many years ago I don't want to pay federal taxes and I don't want to pay state taxes. It doesn't make sense to me, for me to pay them. So I don't. I pay tax on what I buy. I mean, I pay tax when I purchase my vehicle. I pay taxes through my business, but if I, when I have a job, that income, no, that's my money. Shit. But I'm interested to know what would happen. What do you think would happen? I mean, there's a lot of brains in here. This is technically a think tank, this breakdown crew. What would, like, if we played chess, what would happen if the people of Dolton, inside that 4.96 square miles, what would happen if they decided to just stop paying their taxes? Allergic said, or let me start right here. Rosetta said she agrees. That's a good idea. And Mara said, I said the same thing, but people pointed out that people would be suffering if people stop paying their taxes and you go behind, and the city would be much worse. Then what? Like, they're not using the money for the city now. Tiffany Henyard has not stopped spending. You do realize that this video was paid for. The video in the background that she put up, that 5-minute video, was paid for with taxpayer money. And the outfit she's wearing, and the hair on her head, and the stylist that she hired is on tax. She's got that stylist listed as an administrative assistant at $7,000 a month. For real. I hope he don't get raped by Andrew Holmes. He might like it. Nobody likes being raped. Except Tiffany Henyard, obviously, because she surrounds herself with rapists. Everything that money's being used for right now is payroll, which the judge said has to happen, and the insurance for the trustees, and her shit. Marlena said the city would have any operating money, and Tiffany wouldn't have any money to blow. I'm guess you were saying wouldn't. Excuse me, Marlena. The city wouldn't have any operating money, and Tiffany wouldn't have any money to blow. Did I get that right? Mara said, I agree with people working are still getting their paychecks for now anyways. That's true. And Plants for Life said, don't pay taxes. And thanks for Plants for Life is still hanging in here. I know you were the first to comment on this live, so thanks for still being here. Don't pay taxes. You have money for your living expenses. Excuse me. Absolutely. It's amazing how many vacations you can get with taxes. But shout out to the people that do pay taxes. I'm thankful that my daughter's father still pays taxes. Excuse me. I am. I'm grateful that he still pays taxes, and shout out to him. Keep being prosperous, baby. Do all you can. Rosetta said that's a lot of money. Try to get it up there. That's a lot of money, but she doesn't look at it. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Licensed cosmetologist, absolutely. Oh, I love it. Before she was a mayor, she was just a trustee, and she had a little rinky-dink hamburger spot that she never really paid for. So I don't know. I mean, you guys are looking at this thing from different angles, and I appreciate that. I'm just the type of bitch that'd be like, I would move. I would sell my house. I would probably charge the whole shit to the game. Like, I'm not paying my taxes and you spending your money on shit like that. What you gonna do? You gotta have the money to come get my house, to put a lien on my property. You gotta hire attorneys to do that. She does look like E.T. You're right, Sean. You're right. I have seen it. $500 for a parking ticket, and they charging people to park because they're parking in front of fire hydrants, but the fire hydrants don't even work. Y'all, let's continue with this video. We got a ways to go. Thank you for hanging in there. We're going to hit that like button and that share button. Ooh, our likes match our views. Hey, I love it, love it. Thank you.
They just trying to stay at work. They just trying to stay at work.
You guys hold your cards up higher and hold them still.
Hey, Andrea, good morning to you too. Oh, okay. You want to send me something? If you want to do Cash
You cracking up, girl.
or PayPal, I can give
Did you?
you my.
So what happened when you went over and you told him?
He said he said.
Let me give you my PayPal.
This shit stage. He said that
Which one did you want to use?
he said he can't swim.
Oh wow.
He's not allowed to. I said, so they told you to stand in the box. You standing there. He said.
Okay, all opposed, please put your cards up.
He said, ma'am, trust me, I don't want to be here.
All opposed?
Lord, this is
All opposed to... Excuse me, can we get security up here?
That's because that man hit that woman in the face.
Please.
I think, as it was explained, one of the officers hit some woman in the face.
Well, Lacey.
That Lacey, plain clothes. Was he trying to be incognito in 1990s clothes?
A man just hit her.
I want to see who it is.
Who got hit?
I want to see who it is. I'm about to give you my PayPal.
What the heck?
I want to see who it is.
What? What the heck is going on?
A clown school. It's clown school. I'm
leaving.
Clown school. Exactly.
What is going on?
You guys, can everybody have a seat, please?
It's like what? Who jail for?
What?
Shake
Is
the
going
weight.
on?
So now we're going to go ahead and read the report for the voting rights fund.
Sweet dreams to you.
Oh yeah, I'm that auntie.
Keep it down, guys, so we can hear the numbers.
I don't really ever use it.
Robert, can you lift the mic up so we can hear you?
We, the unassigned trustee and town clerk of said town of Dolton, do hereby certify that we have this day examined the foregoing accounts, voucher, and report, etc. of Tiffany A. Here, supervisor and ex-official treasurer of the Dolton Township Road and Bridge Fund of said town of Dolton. That we find the same in all respects correct and true, that there appears on the 29th day of February 2024 a balance of $865,555.10 in a checking account at Old National Bank in Lansing, Illinois, and $1,257,170.74 in investments. Signed this 9th day of April 2004.
The fuck is happening?
The industry plant step back there.
Hold on, I'm about to give it to you. I got it now.
I got my back turned. I'm gonna make sure everything. Ruling is not there April 2024.
What happened?
The following is a statement by Tiffany here,
The basketball
supervisor
player?
of the town
Who is he?
authority in the county and state
I
for
don't know who
said,
that is. Oh,
the
Long
amount of
Island.
funds
I couldn't
received
hear
and
you.
spent by her in the fiscal year just closed, ending the 29th day of February 2024, showing the amount of PUD funds on hand at the commencement of the said fiscal year, the amount of PUD funds received and from what sources received, the amount of PUD funds expensed and for what purposes expensed during the said fiscal year, ending as foresaid. Thus said, Tiffany A. Hilliard, being duly sworn, doth depose and say that the following statement by her subscribed is a true and correct statement of the amount of PUD funds on hand at the commencement of the fiscal year above stated, the amount of PUD funds received, and the sources from which received, and the amount expensed and purpose for which expensed as set forth in the following statement, subscribed and sworn to before me this 9th day of April 2024. Town of Dolton, Road and Bridge Fund, Office of the Highway Commissioner, as required by Illinois Compliance Statute 605-5/6-201.15. Attached, please find a Road and Bridge Fund annual report for the fiscal year beginning March 1, 2023 and ending February 29, 2024.
Hey guys,
showing
people
the
are,
following.
sorry Robert, can we keep it down, you guys? People are having a hard time hearing.
Shut the fuck up. Shit.
I'm sorry, Robert, go ahead.
God damn it.
The amount of road money received by the district in a full and detailed statement as to how and where it's spent. The amount of liabilities incurred and not paid, and an estimated amount owing to each creditor, who shall be named. An inventory of all tools having a present value in excess of $200, machinery and equipment owned by the district in a state of repair of the tools, machinery, and equipment. Subscribed and sworn to before me this 9th day, April 2024. April 9th, 2024, to Gary Dupuy, Highway Commissioner, from Tiffany A. Henry, ex-official treasurer, Road and Bridge District, regarding 2024 itemized statements of revenue and expenditures as required by 605 Illinois Compliance Statute 5/6-205. I respectfully submit the 2024 Dolton Township Road and Bridge Fund annual report for the fiscal year of March 1, 2023 to February 29, 2024. I, Tiffany A. Here, being duly sworn, doth depose and say that the following statement submitted by me subscribed is a true and correct statement of the amount of PUD funds on hand at the commencement of the fiscal year above stated, the amount of PUD funds received and the sources from which received, and the amount expensed and purpose for which expensed as set forth in the following statement. Subscribed and sworn to before me this 9th day of April 2024. Dolton Township Road and Bridge Fund revenue, March 1, 2023 to February 29, 2024. Real estate taxes, $721,700.09. Replacement tax, $104,540.11. Investment income, total investment income, $70,052.69. Other revenue, total other revenue, $216,553.64. Total Road and Bridge Fund revenue, $1,112,846.53. Town of Dolton Road and Bridge Fund expenditures, March 1, 2023 to February 29, 2024.
Sorry to interrupt. Somebody asked me for my how to make a donation. I put my PayPal email address in the chat. I hope that helps. Thank you. I appreciate you.
$57. Permanent roll expenditures. Total permanent roll expenditures, $647,723.45. Total road and bridge revenue, $1,112,846.53. Total road and bridge expenditures, negative $734,918.03. Net change in fund balance, $377,920.50. Town of Dolton Road and Bridge Fund balance sheet, February 29, 2024. Assets, total assets, $2,920,596.59. Liabilities, total liabilities, $967,293.41. Ending fund balance, $1,953,303.18. Total liabilities and fund balance, $2,920,596.59. Dorton Township Road and Bridge Fund, cash on hand, February 29, 2024. Cash on hand, February 28, 2023, $523,940.49. Breakdown of cash on hand, February 29, 2024, $865,555.10. Breakdown of investments on hand, February 28, 2023, $1,201,947.81. Breakdown of investment on hand, February 29, 2024, $1,257,170.74.
The news uses cell phones
Township
all.
Road and Bridge from March 1, 2023 to February 29, 2024, as required by Illinois compliance statute.
Right,
Total
Sean.
amount of 2023 Road and Bridge Fund tax levy for the payment of Road and Bridge Fund indebtedness and charges was $806,770.00. Total amount of town indebtedness as of February 29, 2024, $98,066.93. Town of Road and Bridge outstanding indebtedness, February 29, 2024, $98,066.93. Town of Road and Bridge Fund, tools, machinery, equipment with present value and assets of $200. $200. Description: 993 Beaver Creek flat trailer, condition fair. Easy asphalt roller trailer, poor. 1968 Ford tractor with bush hog, poor. 1983 John Deere tractor with loader and backhoe, poor. 2014 Ford F-350 pickup truck, good. John Deere commercial 36 cab, fair. 2019 Ford F-490, good. 2018 Ford F-350, good. 2022 Ford F-254, excellent. Tractor skid steer, excellent. John Deere tractor, excellent. 2022 F-550,
Great job.
554,
Good to
excellent.
see you.
Standard X
I'll see
mower,
how you're
excellent.
doing now.
Buffalo trailer, excellent. That concludes the Road and Bridge report.
Thank you, Robert. Is there a motion to approve the Road and Bridge report as read?
Lies on the chest. I don't know what the
There's a
next
motion. Is there a second?
I'm gonna figure that out.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Hold your cards up.
Let me tell you something, Monda. I have lost a couple jobs because I held my managers to a certain level of accountability. And I tell you what, we handle those things the way they need to be handled.
We're gonna open the floor
really?
for
Well,
discussion.
Sean, I'm
Any
glad
questions,
you're here.
comments?
We can learn about the players. It's a lot of players in this game.
No question and comments?
You got somebody.
How y'all doing? It's Ronald Muhammad, 155-35 Lexington.
Shout out to Ohio. I used to live there.
And, you know, sometimes we have to be careful what we ask for, because on the news, all we see is our people asking for her to be.
Hold on. He about to talk slow. That looked like Michael Smith in a hat. We'll see in a minute. To answer your question, excuse me, Job for 9, my thoughts, I've actually put up a video called Lori Lightfoot versus Everybody. It is both on YouTube and on Patreon, available for everyone to see. So I hope you get a chance to check that out while you're at work or something. It's not long. It's about an hour and 50 minutes, hour and 25 minutes. And I kind of tell you exactly, you know, what I'm thinking, you know. Good question.
Investigated. So the minute she say, okay, here it is, we turn back and say, wow. We forced her to do it. We forced her to pay the money for an investigation. But the other thing is, you know, I believe if we call up here, we can get the information of what we need that's been presented on the meetings, because she told us we can go upstairs to the clerk to get the information. So for the next meeting, if we call up here or if we come up here and go upstairs, we can get the information 2 days in advance, right? No, I know.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Michelle Staples was the investigator. Now she's a lieutenant, and she is married to the chief of police in South Holland. Yes.
that's for next year, but what I'm talking about is for the future meetings, meaning the monthly meetings. If we come here 2 days in advance, we can get the info on what the meeting is about.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we can come get the info, so, because it's too late to correct what happened in the past. All I'm talking about, since we still gonna be living, we might as well do something about the future. Because I think if we give her a chance, you know, I mean, we all gotta learn. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, we all gotta learn. So, I mean, it's like you can't just come in one day and you master it. But even if you're
Didn't we watch a video together earlier this week where she said, give me a chance in 2021? December of 2021, she said, y'all have to give me a chance. Remember? This is 2024.
don't want to give it a chance, just let it be. So, but the bottom line is, we can come here and get the information. And you know, as a people, we judge ourselves so fast. There's been people in office.
Yep, Mama, you know.
Years, ain't never heard nothing. But the minute we get here, see, but we'll be satisfied when she gone and they get the power back. Then who y'all gonna go to? Let's wait for another great white hope. That's what we gonna do? No, she gonna be gone and they gonna keep her. So let's try.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, nigga.
I only been here a couple minutes.
That's right, man. Keep on.
Cool, I'll leave.
Thank you. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and everybody in favor of approving.
Situation at hand. Don't take what I say personal. I'm talking to the committee.
You guys make sure that your comments pertain precisely to the road and bridge report that we're voting on.
Oh, well, let me skip over this shit then, because it ain't.
Okay, we have a second.
I just want y'all to listen to me all I'm asking y'all to do is listen to me for a minute, right? This lady has not been charged with anything.
Oh my
we
God.
ready to throw the baby away with the
I've worked in government, and I'm really appalled. I'm appalled at the financial report and how that distributed. Nobody has dial-up internet anymore. This is 2024. We should be openly and clearly communicating information in a timely fashion. Now, I have to put you on the spot, Ms. Henyard. You said at the Township Talks that information would be available on Monday, April 1st, come down to the Township Hall. I was there. It wasn't. I came back Thursday. It wasn't. I came back on Monday morning and got a copy.
Yeah.
So I did have an opportunity to review.
Definitely catch the video he did. He put another one up there.
From an IT background, I'm a computer nerd.
Oh, thank you,
There's no
Rosetta. You're so sweet.
that we shouldn't have that information available to people so that they can review it in advance and come to a forum like this prepared. And that's just a reflection.
Oops, I spelled it wrong. I'm sorry. Let me give it back to you, Rosetta. My bad.
In a white world, I got picked on. I was a single black mom. I was all those things. It's not about that. It's being accountable. It's being accountable for the role that, and you guys are doing a great job, but you're paid to do a great job. You're doing your job. At those salaries, I wouldn't expect anything less. Not at all. I looked at the report.
Sorry, Rosetta. I got it wrong. My bad.
If you were doing less, I would say, what are you doing with the money? So, again, this is not attacking you as a black woman. I've always been held accountable for my performance, my results,
too.
And I expect the same of you. That's it, that's all. Amen.
Thank you, ma'am.
Gardis Watts, 14745 South Park Avenue, South Holland, Illinois. Greetings, moderator, Madam Supervisor, trustees, administrators, and residents. Once again, this administration seems not to care about the dissatisfaction the people of this township has against the supervisor and her staunch opponents. You would have thought that voting down the health referendum for a second time would have made the message clear to this administration. But yet the supervisor had made it clear in her own mind in the last meeting that we are the ones that are wrong. We have been called brainwashed. hoodwinked, and led astray. And she was bold enough to talk to residents that live and vote here as if they were subjects under her rule. No, Madam Supervisor, we are not brainwashed. We are fed up. Nobody said that we didn't think mental health was important. We just don't trust you to fix it. Now, in the last township meeting, you talked about this township still having a mental health service. I just asked about the budget, and I didn't get a clear answer. Can you provide the name of the person who leads this program? Next question. Are they qualified to be mental health service providers?
Somebody have answers?
Get them, Stephanie.
It's questions and comments. I'm gonna
Get
clear
them,
it up one more
Stephanie.
time. Questions and comments. This is documented. Your original agenda said questions and comments to learn
Get
the
them,
topic
Stephanie.
of the comment.
I would love to
If
see
you would not like to
I'm
answer,
so sorry.
understand,
Girl,
because you don't want to answer to anybody because you feel like you don't report to nobody when it concerns your decisions and behavior.
Report to jail soon.
We as a township refuse to play your game. And even though you have trustees and administrators who support your obnoxious actions, and trust me, their day is coming as well.
Absolutely.
We
Everybody.
will not support your intentional splurging of township money to destroy Dolton. We will not support your efforts to subvert democracy in that village, and we will not support your scandalous conduct as the mayor of Dolton that uses the police force as a Gestapo unit to terrorize residents. You out of all people as a black woman should know better. The people of this township stand in solidarity with our fellow township residents in Dolton. You have done nothing to build a true relationship with the residents. All you have done was feed your ego. Proverbs 16:18 states that pride comes before destruction and an arrogant spirit before a fall. And what you witnessed last Monday was a sign of things to come. Rules without relationship breed rebellion. And
Look at
before
his
any
face, guys.
former or current employees of this township come up here and talk about me, just let them know that I was hired here without a criminal record.
Okay. Okay.
Justice for more, justice for Tavares Davis, and justice for Alexis Wilson.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
I'm Beatrice. I live in South Holland. I really don't, I'm not a political person, but what I do want to say is, if you guys are concerned about your safety, I work here. I just graduated out of college. I'm worried about my safety as well. The media, I really don't like.
Y'all, before she start crying, let me just say this. Ah, Lord Jesus. I think I was doing my makeup when I was listening to this the first time, and I started laughing so hard I had to fix it. This girl went straight white woman real quick. Do you hear me? This was hilarious.
To be blunt, I don't care about political stuff, but the media is like badgering the workers. Like, I'm actually scared to go to work. You want me to quit, but you also want me to work for the community that I go. Hold on, I don't have a stop. Hold on. I live here. I'm under the. Can I?
You've seen her before. If you watched the audit that, I forget the name of the guy. It was a black guy, and he went downstairs in the township, and everybody had a fit. And this girl was in there. This girl who's talking now, because I asked, can you please show her face? I need to see her face. And when Shay was there, he showed her face. She works downstairs in the room where they mine all the seniors' data by making them bring in hard copies of all their income in order to receive services at a discount. community service, my ass. That is a scam center. And they'll find out.
Okay, I'm just gonna ignore it.
Girl, keep talking. Don't listen to her. Keep talking. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Okay, you out of order. Go ahead with your statement.
I just want to say we have nothing to do with the campaign. All we do, all work to do, is come here to help you guys. We don't have to do. We don't really care. When we come to work, my personality is when I even said it when I was when I was interviewing for here. I don't care about what's going on. I barely watch the news. All I want to do is work for my community. I volunteered a lot in Chicago, and I came here to volunteer and work for my community. So it's very scary when you have grown men coming at you and threatening you. It's scary. Like, I'm scared to go to work. I'm scared. I don't want to feel scared to go to work every day.
Keep it down, everybody. Please let her finish.
And I'm shaking because, like, there's always going to be something wrong with whatever political or whatever, whoever's the head charge. I'm saying leave the people that care about you alone. Because you want to hire new people and you're telling them to come in here. And when they're hired and they have nothing to do with anything at all, and you're bringing us in and you're threatening us after you put us in, like, it doesn't make sense. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about the people that work at GA that's working with the seniors. I'm not talking about Tiffany. I don't care. I don't care about the election. I barely even I don't care.
Guys, keep it down. Let her finish her comment.
You're saying follow a police report, right? But when a media like him come up to me and I'm trying to run behind, I don't honest to God, I don't care about politics. I care about my safety. And if the community members are speaking, go ahead, speak. Power to you. I'm not disregarding anything you're saying. If anything, I feel like you have a right to say whatever you want. You have that right. You live here, you pay your taxes, you have that right. But what do we have to do with this?
I know your 8-year-old says, because I got a 6-year-old with a good ass fake cry.
When I'm just filing paperwork or putting in employees' names, what do I have to do with this? That you're coming here and threatening me. What do I have to do with it?
Why doesn't she talk to her employer about the fact that she's never been given media training? I've never worked for a company who did not prepare me to speak with the media if I was approached at work. When I went to New Birth, which was just a church, I worked for New Birth. I volunteered there, rather. Okay, let's be clear. When I volunteered at New Birth, we got strict instructions when they found out Eddie Long liked little light-skinned boys with good hair. They just said, tell them no comment. Just say no comment. If you're in the parking lot and you're approached by the media, which I had been, just say no comment. If you're out and about in Huntersville and you get approached by the media, just say no comment. If you come up on somebody at the dog park who asks you, do you know about that shit going on at New Birth with Eddie Long? Just say no comment. Bitch, just say no fucking comment. What's the problem?
Thank you, ma'am.
I have a coworker that they listed her children's names out of nowhere. She has nothing to do with anything. Her children! They're not even in high school yet. So say what you want to say to these people, but leave the people that aren't a part of this political party alone. It's like you're saying you're going to McDonald's and threatening a McDonald's worker just because they work there. You don't like the CEO of McDonald's. They don't have anything to do with the CEO. They're just a worker. They're just flipping burgers. I'm just flipping burgers. I don't have anything to do with anything up there. So please stop. You right there, when you're trying to antagonize him, like that's scary.
He's a YouTuber.
It's scary.
It's the law.
You're saying
he's not breaking the law though, but he ain't breaking the law.
I'm saying
the man came in and didn't even speak to her. I think that's why she's mad.
Sides to everything.
Everybody, it's not against the law. That's all. Occupation don't matter.
I would like to believe that I'm a smart individual. All I'm saying is just leave us separate from this.
Not olive oil. Not olive oil.
Especially to the media.
Thank you, ma'am.
Everybody get held accountable, but the people who should be held accountable.
Why doesn't she have a conversation with Tiffany here about attracting such negative energy to the workplace? Why do I work for you and you're not even here and it's still toxic? Why, boss, is it toxic and you're not even here? Why is your negativity so strong that my day is fucked up? But I'm telling you, I saw the video she's talking about. The man walked in the room and didn't even talk to her. He caught another chick in the corner trying to film him, but she was wide as hell outdoors. I don't know who she thought she was hiding from. This big bitch in cargo pants. Like, who you hiding from? She's standing there with a phone in her hand trying to film him. She looked like she thought she was hiding. No. I remember that. She was in the room. There were no seniors in the room whatsoever. That guy, Sam Brown, tried to make it look like he might have had a gun. And what if he did? That's his legal right. Just don't cross him.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
My name is Jedidiah Brown, and I'm homeless. But that being said, to the young lady.
They laughed when Jedidiah Brown said he was homeless, but it was explained to me. I want to say, who explained it? Was it Shay from Real Late Night Crew? I feel like I've been hanging out over there a lot. So maybe that was where it was. That the reason why Jedidiah Brown said he was homeless. And if y'all really want to know what I really think about Jedidiah Brown, for real, I did post a video today to Patreon called "Did the Dolton Trustees Do the Right Thing?" And at the very end of that video, I actually unleash on Jedidiah Brown. I don't have much to say about what he says in this particular part. I pretty much agree with him for the most part. Like, if this was the Jedidiah Brown that came to Dolton a week ago, then maybe I'd high five him, and not in his face with in his hand. But I did have a couple things to say about him, his presentation up to this date. Like Monday night, he said some dumb shit at the Dolton trustees meeting. And then last Monday, he said and did some dumb shit. So I needed to go ahead and let him have it. That video is on Patreon right now. But the reason why he said he was homeless was because at this meeting, it is required, if you get up and speak, that you state your name and address. And if you don't have a Dolton address, you're not allowed to speak. If that don't sound like some mafia shit, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. I don't know what he is. I'm not about to give you my address to speak. But anyway, so he said he was homeless. Let's let him continue. I don't think I have any notes on him, though, on this one. Let's see.
That was speaking, to the young lady that was speaking. I want her to know that as a man that's advocating, I heard everything she said. And I'm asking for everybody to be as gentle and kind to the employees who have inherited this mess. We are not trying to attack the employees, but if you be disrespectful, we'll match it. And then with that being said, I would like to also make it very clear, we're not here for you. But because you work in this government, understand people's lives are affected by this government. And just like I care about the young lady who spoke, I care about the young lady who made sexual assault allegations and who confided in the leader. And the leader who had a constitutional duty to report that to the local Las Vegas police abdicated that duty so that she can sit there with nice hair and nice clothes and nice bottles of water. So if I'm going to protect one employee, I'm going to protect them all. But what I want to do here, because I don't live in this particular area of my homelessness, I want to say this to you, Tiffany. You had an opportunity.
Y'all, I do this show live on a Friday or Saturday or Sunday night because it is the only night it is acceptable for me to be this loud. I live in a very, very quiet condo community, and because it is this night, I already primed them up. I played Beyonce's last 2 albums back to back, real loud, just to prime my neighbors up so they knew this was gonna be a loud evening. That nigga said something about what he said about this particular area of my homelessness. Somebody got it and laughed in the background. That shit was crazy. No, I want y'all to see when he tells Tiffany Henry she's beautiful and how she blushes. I'm like, bitch, you ain't. The fact that she blushed lets you know. Nah, not Van Halen. I'm not really a Van Halen fan, but I love that goddamn Beyonce. Her last 2 albums I play. In order for me to listen to Cowboy Carter, I actually have to listen to Renaissance, because Renaissance is Act 1 and Cowboy Carter is Act 2. So when I first started listening to Cowboy Carter, I was really having a hard time getting into it. And so I talked to Beyonce and it's like, Beyonce, what should I do? Of course, you know how I do. And Beyonce was like, listen to the first one first. So I did. I listened to the first one on the way to San Diego. I listened to Renaissance and then Cowboy Carter, and I saw the flow. I was like, okay, I get it. So I did the same thing tonight. That's what I have to do. If I want to listen to Cowboy Carter, I have to listen to Renaissance first. That's the only way it flows for me. Shout outs to anybody who felt that with me. Sorry if you didn't. I'm that Beyonce fan. Oh yeah. Oh, is that what that song is about? You know what's crazy is when I think about that song, I think about myself. She said, I'm just like my father. Listen, don't get it twisted. I am Harold's daughter. Harold will kill you and tell God you died. Harold will kill you and then let the family pay him to do your funeral.
As a black woman, as an elected official, to stand on the shoulders of so many of the most disrespected women in the history of this nation, to actually create something that will give generations behind you something that they can model after. However, this has been the Tiffany Henyard show. This place is completely your face is everywhere. You also, I know you got those banners inside of the village that you didn't put up yet. You could go ahead and put them up. We know what you own. But this is the thing. The reason why people should never vote for anything with this administration without knowing the facts is because they got a whole history of trying to hide their corruption. Nobody in good government, not even, especially not a super mayor, especially not a black woman who understands the role that you have and understands that the history that you're creating, there's going to be another black woman that's going to run, and she's going to be looked at through the lens of what you do in your governing. So when everybody say, oh, this is a black woman, we got to think about all black women. Because I know a lot of black women that's going to school right now, they aspire to be exactly where you were blessed. You were an illegitimate mayor. You were recalled by the people. However, you overcame it. That was God giving you an opportunity to make something up and prove them wrong. But exactly what's happening, this is not people that's just disgruntled. But the Bible says that when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And then Dr. Martin Luther King said that unrest is the voice of those that have not been heard. So what you're dealing with is people trying to figure out how does a man that's homeless come to try to bring awareness to what's going on, like a police officer. I have a video of one of your officers having sex in your jail cell. I'm trying to figure out how does a woman who you know have compromised, sensitive, investigative material, how do you have a woman who is unethical in every sense of the word, had an irresponsible relationship with your former chief's child, did it on company time in a company vehicle and left the village when she should have been there protecting the citizens. She was trying to get her rocks off. This is what I'm trying to figure out. How does that woman become internal affairs for the police department, and then I get served with a restraining order today from that woman, and you allow her to be a police officer still in your department? With that being said, let me make it clear. If you're unethical on one side, we gotta watch you on another. So the way you lead as a mayor is why we're handing you this way as a supervisor. And the best thing you can do with all the controversy is step aside and don't make these people have to go through another day, because I'm gonna tell you something. Yes, you're beautiful. And yes,
hold on, take a breath, nigga. Shit, goddamn it. I hope you got paid. I hope you cashed a check. Rosetta, could you do me a favor? Could you put that not the Cash App, the PayPal back up again, and I'll go ahead and pin that to the comments. Thank you. I appreciate you. very much.
You have done, you've done things that people have not done. But your presence is now a harm to these individuals. And then I'm gonna ask you this one simple question, because this is what I'm really here for, and I can say so much. Because I'd say you always give out receipts. I'm trying to figure out why not one time have you got on anything and spoke to that young woman who said that she was sexually assaulted. I have seen no empathy from you at not no time. You've not spoke about her. You said you're okay. You talked about what you are doing, but what about what she's been going through for the last year? And I understand. Let's not talk about an investigation while it was pending, but it wasn't pending until it was exposed. And she had to do it herself because you betrayed her. So my question now to you is, now that the media have put out the name of the accused trustee, Andrew Holmes, who is the only trustee who has an office in your building, I'm asking you this question. Are you going to call for his resignation? Are you going to fight or get him removed from office? Are you going to cooperate with a fair and transparent, thorough investigation into these sexual assault allegations? Are you going to apologize to that girl while you want us to be nice to this girl? And I'll leave you with this. This is impersonal for me. But I will be releasing everything that I have. And y'all can send every bit of paperwork. You can weaponize your police department. And you can look at me all smug. But I'll tell you what I do know. Everybody has their day. And I'm not afraid. So Jedidiah is here to stay.
Thank you, sir.
And from which source does Jedidiah get his pay? That's all I want to know. Who is paying Jedidiah? Jedidiah said somebody called him in. Hey, baby girl husband. Jedidiah said somebody called him in. Who? I ain't going to get on Jedidiah too hard. I've already said enough. I spent a lot of energy this morning on him, and I think I'm done with him for now. But let me just go over my notes real quick about what he said. Oh, no, I didn't hear what Dr. Cloud said about that. Oh, yeah, I did. I did a whole video about that. It's called... what is Tiffany Henyard's, what is the Super Mayor's Kryptonite, I think is what it's called. What is the Super Mayor's Kryptonite? It's up on YouTube, and I break down playlists in the My 2 Cents. If you want to skip past a lot of the content I save in the breakdown playlist to study for our shows, then you can just go to the My 2 Cents playlist, and it gives straight to this type of stuff when it's just me. Hey, Amanda. Hey, sorry, I literally, Amanda, I'm going to tell you something, and I know you're going to feel me. I literally just thought about you, and I was like, I didn't let her know I was going live, but the reason I didn't is because you don't work for me. You have your own life. It's Friday night. You might be getting some good dick tonight or whatever. So thank you, Rosetta. I'm gonna pin that. So I didn't want to, at the last minute, I didn't want to ask you to be here at the last minute. I like to give you some time. So my bad for not letting you know. I knew that you would see it. Hold on. I'm trying to pin this. I think I got to do it inside. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me pin my PayPal. Cause I don't know. I'd be forgetting how to do stuff. I don't do that often. Wait a minute. Bear with me 1 second. I'll let you guys continue to listen to them clap at Jedidiah, and then I'll.
What the hell is going on?
Give me a second. Just give me a second. Okay, that didn't take as long as I thought it would. I went ahead and pinned that PayPal for you guys. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. I do have Cash App as well. If you want that, let me know. I'm happy to give it to you. I don't like to ask you guys for anything, but I do like to respond if you offer. I'm just weird like that. You pay for Patreon. I want to make sure you get what I give you on Patreon, because those of you who pay for Patreon are paying for a product. So I want to make sure I give it to you. But I don't like to ask you for nothing here on YouTube because it just feels weird. But I'm always, I try to be ready if you offer to make a donation to the channel. I try to be ready. I wasn't tonight. It caught me off guard. So thank you so much for that, making that offering to give me a donation. I did pin that. If you want Cash App, let me know, and I'll pin that for you as well. Let me give you my notes on Jedidiah, and let me turn the music up just a little bit. It's something about a masculine man. Oh, Jesus. I have to balance that energy, honey. Because while Jedidiah said what he said it with a whole lot of sass. So I had to balance that energy with a little Mr. Cal, baby. Look. Let me bring it down just a little bit so I can give you my commentary, my notes on Mr. Jedidiah Brown. Now, y'all know Jedidiah Brown's birth name is Darryl Eugene Coleman, right? He got a long, fanciful story about how he became Jedidiah Brown, but there's no proof behind it. I'm calling that nigga Darryl. Lil Darryl is what I'm going to call him. Lil Darryl, where did you get that information from that you keep sharing, that recycled information about the lady that Mara just mentioned in the chat? Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares that nobody's even surprised. It's a small town. They work together. Who gives a fuck? Let me talk about something more important than Jedidiah Brown. Let's talk about Andrew Holmes, okay? Now, I did place on the community tab of this channel, I placed the documents, all the documents I was able to uncover concerning the lawsuit regarding Andrew Holmes. Now, here's what I was able to find out. Mind you, I am not a news reporter. I'm not considering myself to be a journalist, although I try to follow the same ethics and the same practices to make sure I get it right. Because I've told enough journalists in my day, get it fucking right, okay? Based on what I understand, there is no lawsuit and there are no charges filed against Andrew Holmes. Nope. He wasn't named in a lawsuit. His name was mentioned in a complaint in a lawsuit. Andrew Holmes is not being sued. Andrew Holmes is not being charged based on what I see. The lawsuit is against Tiffany Henyard, the village of Dolton, and the Thornton Township. And that's what pisses me off. Because she constantly costing them money. In order for the person who's suing, whose name I won't mention, if she come out and say her name, I'll say her name. But for now, I'm going to keep it to myself. I just feel like as a woman, I owe her that. In order for her to get justice, the village of Dolton and Thornton Township have to pay us because they were included in the lawsuit. That's what happens. I mean, I recently sued a company and there were about 100 persons, individual people attached to that lawsuit. That's the way it works. Everybody go in. That sucks, man. That feels like a catch-22. In order for her to get justice, everybody got the taxpayers have to pay because Tiffany Henyard tried to cover up a rape, which we get to say over here because this is a commercial-free channel. So you bought your rights to speak. He said she was an illegitimate mayor. She's also an illegitimate supervisor because when she became the supervisor of Thornton Township, when Chris Gonzalez nominated her after they had a private meeting, and she vowed to allow him to control her. After he nominated her to be the supervisor, there was no mayor pro tem in the building. There was no quorum there that day. So both her seats are illegitimate. That's all I got on that part. Let's continue. Bye-bye.
My name is Paul Roberts. I live in Lansing, Illinois.
Mr. Roberts, can you pull the mic closer to your mouth?
Yes, my name is Paul Roberts. I live in Lansing. I think we need a little bit of relief, so I'll go back into some bureaucratic details. Clerk Key did her job. She posted minutes of the last meeting and the agenda for this meeting on time. And as this gentleman over here said, we had plenty of time to see the agenda, and we're now in number 9, which was originally not comments, but comments and questions. I didn't hear very many answers, but I have heard the supervisor say, don't just listen to what people give you. Don't just listen to the summary numbers of a financial report. Get the facts. Well, that's why I'm here, because I haven't been able to get the facts. And I know that it's very expensive when your FOIA requests are being blocked. And so my question is not for the supervisor who prefers not to answer questions tonight, but the attorney. First of all, I'm hoping that you can clarify your position. Are you the supervisor's attorney or the township's attorney? No. The clerk said that this was comments and questions, and that was what was posted publicly 2 weeks ago. That's why I'm asking the question.
So attorney, we're not answering questions, even though the original agenda was posted that way?
It said comments.
The original agenda posted says comments and questions.
Well,
You guys changed it today when we got to this meeting.
okay, you finish? Okay, again, my comment is public comment, so you can ask.
The agenda posted, okay, attorney, the original agenda posted said questions and comments. I saw you look it up. I am correct, right? That the original agenda posted said questions and comments, correct? Because I saw you look it up on your laptop just now.
Well, first of all, I can look up a bunch of things on my laptop. That's the first thing. Second thing is I have absolutely no idea what was posted here at the township.
The clerk?
I know what was sent over to me, and I know what I have in my hand right here. In my hand right here, it says comments. And
Well, if you are the township attorney, may we ask you for help in getting our FOIA requests answered?
I
know your response.
I would love for them to answer questions, but I can't force them to do so. So if you would like to ask more questions, you can.
Ask the question, because we know they're not gonna answer, just have it on record, because they don't know nothing.
All right, you're out of order. Can you finish, sir, with your statement so we can move forward?
I'm sorry, I'm the moderator here.
Other business.
You're a resident just like that.
So please, can you please continue with your comments so we can move forward?
Okay, sir.
Answer the question, attorney.
Attorney, we're not going to answer the questions?
Answer the question.
Okay. So they're not going to answer the question. Go ahead and continue to ask.
How expensive is it to get a FOIA request answered?
I don't have a question. Thank you. It's a quick question.
He rehearsed his comment.
Thank you so much. I don't have a question because I know I'm not going to get an answer. Mary Ann,
That's Miss Mary Avant, y'all.
for all of you people sitting in this room, if you saw what happened to the seniors, and I'm a senior that couldn't get into the building, because that meeting could have been here, a municipal building, and we wouldn't have had that fiasco. When you don't answer questions,
Thank you,
there's something
Rosetti.
to hide. This is not the first meeting And I second everything Jedidiah Brown said.
Yes.
I am sponsoring, along with other Dolton citizens, a rally.
Yes.
April 27th at the old Sears at River Oaks. And it's entitled Unity, Take Our Township Back. Not a protest, but we want to be seen in numbers. We want the world, since they got involved in all of this, we want the world to know that we want this just as much as they want it for us. Please come out. 1 o'clock, April 27th. Mary Avon is my name. Anybody come to 15101, I got something for you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. And that's on Mary Avon, okay? Now listen, let me start with Mr. Paul Roberts, because I heard somebody say at the beginning when he was like, I just want to take us back through a little bureaucratic history. I heard this little nigga next to the camera. I don't know who it was, and this is not no judgment zone. I heard this little nigga say, oh God. That's why you broke now, you politically uneducated imbecile. That's why you in this situation now, you dumbass. Because it is boring to sit down and listen to a little bureaucratic history. But your grandma about to lose her house because her taxes are 9.2%. And her village fees are going up every single day. But oh God, you don't want to hear what you need to hear, you dumb nigga. That's the problem. It is that mindset that has been the bane of my existence. I swear to God, you got niggas and you got black people. Black people perk up and be like, give me that bureaucratic history so I can understand what's tea. Niggas be like, oh God, here we go. I don't know who that was, and I don't give a fuck who it was. Hear me when I say that's why you in that situation right now, because you refuse to hear what's actually happening and how it ties to the past, the present, and the future. You just came to see some people cuss the mayor out. Oh God. Dumb, ignorant, nigga shit. The word nigger, it characterizes the person who wants something without having to do anything to get it. That's what a nigger is. A low-life person who wants something without having to do anything to get it. You know any of those? I could say it, Sean. That's why we say that's why I get a quick test. And I'd be like, if you can, repeat after me, if you can do this or whatever, then say what needs to be said, because there are things that need to be said. And I appreciate you, Sean, for staying in your place and knowing things can't be said. But I got your telepathic message. I got it. You sitting there talking about, oh God, bitch, sit still for a second so you can learn something so you don't end up in this situation again. Them the same ones that call me a nerd. I had to fight bitches like that because their boyfriends like me. They still do. Let's continue.
Because I heard they came to Stud's crib.
Trustee Gonzalez. Great show tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Let's tell the truth. The problem of the whole matter is the Sandra didn't get the supervisorship. You couldn't even get the votes. But we never talk about you holding 2 illegal seats. 2 illegal
Mara,
seats.
thank you for being here. Have a good night. Sweet dreams.
It's okay for nobody to take your seat.
See you next time.
You holding 2 illegal seats. As a school board member and a township assessor, you have no business holding 2 seats. And the deal was, if she became the supervisor, you was going to be the assessor. Right? Wasn't that the deal? That was the deal. But we further need to ask you, Chris, what happened?
I'll answer questions.
Why did the supervisor get rid of you from being the assessor before? You were once our assessor.
Correct.
What happened? Why weren't you our assessor anymore?
I chose not to run. I chose not to run. Why? He asked me back. So if we left at some type of bad blood, I wouldn't be here.
Okay. Secondly, I feel this township board needs to censor him.
That we don't
the township board needs to censor him. You need to censor him because he's giving out some information that should not be given out. When you talk about being a government official, you are elected by the people to have duties. Certain things do not belong in the public. And you and Mr. Paul put this thing together. Y'all wanted to have this rally and this type of stuff. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You gotta be ashamed of yourself. You broke down everything in this township, but you forgot to tell the people too you were in Las Vegas, right? Didn't you go to Las Vegas? Did you go to Las Vegas? Answer my question. Did you go to Las Vegas?
Why is he yelling so loud? Why is he so passionate? This man is hoarse every time he speaks. This is like his baseline energy. Good morning, how you doing? Chill out, sir. He needs an orgasm or something. God damn, calm down. Never mind. Let me take that back. I hear you, Shay. He already got charges. He's already a predator, of children and people.
The first year I did, so I know that the township has no business.
Did you go to Las Vegas?
The township has no business.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You were there. You were there. You were at Las Vegas. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, you were.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna let y'all listen to this idiot. It's some people I don't respond to, so I'm just gonna let y'all already know. I'm not gonna waste your time with any breakdown on what he has to say. His lies aren't even that good.
Y'all please act like adults in here. Get some control of this meeting.
Now you want control because the truth is coming out. People hate the truth. You wanted to be the assessor and you couldn't get a second. You couldn't get a second. Now you want to fight her because you couldn't get a second. This is terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. And then you got an office in Calumet City. Should our records be in Calumet City, City Hall? No, they should not.
You get that shit by yourself. No, nobody else did that.
Let's talk the truth. Well, the people didn't put you there. They didn't put you there. They didn't put you there. They didn't vote for you. They didn't vote for you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
I'm not finished. I get to talk all I want. Secondly, I want this board, since we want an investigation, I'm asking the four trustees, please release the information about the employees that got all these bonuses off of the taxpayers. Release the information of the employees that got gas off of the township. Please release it. Please release it. Release about the $5 million deficit. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Talk about the truth. Put the truth out.
He's not very smart.
Let's talk about it. Talk about it. But that's what I'm here for. Instead of we sitting here trying to down her.
They have a $5 million deficit at a public assistance facility? That's big charges about to come through. Whew. That's crazy. You get government funds to serve the people. This isn't even like taxpayer money. This is like you get government money to do services. This is a public assistance office. This is a welfare office. This is like DHS. Isn't that what it is? DHS, Department of Health and Human Services, DHHS. I don't know. I don't participate in those things. My parents told me once you get in that system, it's hard to get out. So I scrimp and save to not get any public assistance. I live a different way to not get public assistance. But anyway, you got a $5 million deficit at a public assistance office? What the fuck are you doing?
We should be trying to uplift them, trying to help them. And there's so many people that wanted that seat, but they couldn't get a second. She got it. So support her. She ain't even been in office long enough. But I'm tired of it. You tried to make a show here, trustee.
Didn't she become supervisor in 2022? It was March of 2022. So now we're talking about 2 years. How long does she need to be in office before we start expecting her to stop stealing?
Gonzalez, you wanted this. You wanted a show. You put it together. But tell the people why you don't vote on their bills. Why you don't vote on their bills? Why? Why?
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Talk about it. We need to talk about the truth. And secondly, let's talk more. The reason why a lot of these people are here tonight is because of your senator. Your no good senator, Napoleon Harris, that does nothing. Matter of fact, she sits on the board. Tell them about the bonuses you got, Stephanie. Tell them. Was it legal? Was it legal?
You already posted it on Facebook, sir, talking about
was it legal?
You already posted
You had no high school diploma. Sitting in a job.
And I worked 22
no high
years.
school diploma. And you got mad because she told you she didn't want.
Stephanie, Chris, you're defending yourself against things, and the person sitting next to you isn't saying a word when she's asked questions. And she's planted someone in this audience with personnel knowledge about you. They know things about you that you didn't tell them. Let's talk about that lawsuit. Second of all, you don't have to respond to that question. Stephanie, because you about to dig yourself into a hole arguing with this fool. And you got Tiffany sitting here like she had a fucking prize fight with some chickens or something. Just admitting that she's told confidential personnel information.
Want you in that position.
Thank you,
want you in that position.
Thank you, Mr.
And now you're the park district director over in Dolton. Don't have a degree. You don't have a degree.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
You don't have a degree. You don't have a degree.
But I have a job.
I got one too.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you. It is a shame how you lead these people for your own good. It's a shame you behind it all, Stephanie. But guess what? Guess what? You gotta give an account for it. You gotta account for it. You gotta account for it.
You got a shirt. Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Account for it. You gotta give an account.
Can somebody tell me what the denomination is in Dolton? Like, what's the main denomination that everybody is? Because I realize everybody in Dolton is a Christian. That's what Tiffany Henry said. We all people, we all Christians. If you could just help me understand, because it's giving Pentecostal vibes right now. It's giving Pentecostal. I remember when I used to go to John P. Key's church, which was non-denominational, but it had a very Pentecostal Church of God in Christ feel. And I took my homegirl, Jasmina. She was Puerto Rican and Dominican, and she went to this little white church, little quiet white church. And she came to John P. Key's church with me. She was like, what? To take her out to lunch afterwards. She was like, and I was like, you think you want to come back? And she was like, I don't even know what just happened. Hold on, my laptop just told me it needs to charge. Oh, here we go. She was like, I don't even know what just happened. She was like, I don't know if I can go back to that place. And it wasn't a long time until I realized just how nuts as fuck. Man, them Pentecostal churches be like, freak me, get your shit going on. Oh my God, you gotta guard your grill at the fucking Pentecostal church. Man, this church you gotta Christ, man. They be everywhere. Hocking up spit, speaking in tongues. It be one thing over here dancing. Oh my God. Oh my God, Jimmy. Man, that's what this shit look like to me right now. Why is Jedidiah Brown walking around? This shit is crazy. What the fuck is going on here? Just walk around his phone facing him. Because you know he got his phone pointed at him. Whenever Jedidiah Brown goes live somewhere, his phone is on him. You're not going to see nothing that's happening because he got that beard lined up and dyed on purpose. He wants you to see. Why? And you know, Sean, that's what I was thinking. I thought at first they might have been Baptist. I'll be honest with you, because the way the trustees was letting Tiffany Henyard disrespect them, I was like, they got because man, it's only two denominations in the Christian church: Baptist and Church of God in Christ. Church of God in Christ. Then Baptists will put up with a little disrespect, then wait till they get out in the parking lot and smoke a cigarette in the parking lot and spit and talk about what they hope God don't do to you. Oh my God, you got the numbers, Marlena. You are amazing. I love you. Look, Marlena got the numbers. 38.7% Catholic. Now, I did know of a Black Catholic church in Mississippi. I had a my finance professor. Remember that class, Tiffany, that we took in college? Remember? Finance? I had a finance professor who was a part of a Black Catholic church, and they were different. They did church different. Like, they didn't do church like no regular Catholic church. But I'm thinking in this moment, in order for them to tolerate this kind of disorder, they got to be Pentecostal. It be a nigga doing cartwheels for Jesus in the corner. The kids be in the back having their own church. Tell my hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Let me continue. Why? Look at this man's face. I wish I could zoom in. Y'all, is that Kiana Belcher? Look, I think that is Kiana Belcher. Look at this man's face at the bottom. This man is like, what the fuck is going on? This man's face. This man's face. This man's face. This man's face. Damn Brown walking around with his phone looking at him and he's just yelling out. What the fuck is going on? See, my meeting is crazy. And I don't see some shit. Wait a minute. What is going on? Is that poor man's face? Hold on. I'm trying to get back into it. Hold on. me get some more water. Oh my God. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why did you just like This is Tiffany Henyard's dream. This is the chaos she wakes up every single day looking forward to. You know what I'm saying? She really, Marlena? Oh, I hope I get to see that. It wasn't on camera? Oh my God, I didn't know Trustee Belcher said anything. This poor man's face is like, Mama, what did you bring me to? God damn. I'm checking now. I don't know if I used a waterproof eyeliner. Well, I don't look like Tiffany Henyard without makeup on. I look okay, so I'm not afraid to cry it out. Oh my God. Oh, all of them say center or ministries. Okay, so there's a lot of scams going on. Because most churches that say center, something center, or something ministries, it's actually a business. Their articles of incorporation are as a business, not as a church. Usually the pastor of that church is going to be a CEO or a director, but most likely a CEO. Usually those churches have bookstores. Always. There's always a bookstore. Hold on. Oh my God, I'm trying to get my face together. I am done. Let's listen to Jedidiah Brown continue to walk in circles and talk to himself. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to actually look at, if you guys don't mind hanging in there. I know we've been here together for over 3.5 hours, but I did want to go and also look at a couple different other perspectives of the same meeting so that we could see these things happen from different parts of the room, if that's okay. If you're here for it, let me know in the comments. If you want to shut it down, let me know as well, and I'll do what you want to do. Let's see. Let's continue.
You gotta give them the count.
You guys keep it down.
Black people that sell out.
Jedidiah, you out of order. All right, thank you, Mr. Smith.
Did you hear Tiffany calling by his name? Jedidiah, you're out of order. Did you notice that when he said his comment, she never looked away or anything? I think she told him to say all that. I honestly think Jedidiah is brought in by Tiffany Henyard. Honestly. And I think the only way he gets his credibility is if we see him cuss her out. But it's so much he didn't say anything about, because he don't really know a whole lot about this situation. Do you, Jedidiah? Let's be real.
You a sellout.
All right, guys.
How much did they pay you, Jedidiah? How much did they pay you? How much did they pay you? How much did they pay you? Right. Just like I said, it is a shame.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
It is a shame.
Wait, Amanda, let me clarify. Is Jedidiah a Leo? Because Leo men, oh my God. Never will I ever again.
Shame.
Thank you.
It is a shame. And you ought to be ashamed of yourself. But I ask that this board censor Gonzalez. He needs to be censored. He needs to be censored. He needs to be censored. He needs to be censored.
Thank you. All right, you guys, let's keep it down so that the next person can speak. Thank you.
Why is he just randomly yelling shit out? Now, if I understand correctly, if I remember correctly, and I think Jedidiah Brown has the footage on this, but I don't know where to get it from. What was happening at this time while Michael Smith, also known as Dots, was speaking, was Jedidiah Brown was reading him about his criminal history as a sex offender. Yep.
All right, you guys, keep it down so the next speaker can be heard.
My name is Trina Downs. I'm from Dolton, Illinois, on 151st and Grant. Everybody knows where I live, basically. To the person that kicked my gate down. Public service announcement. My gun card is good, and I go to professionals. And so, Mr. Gonzalez, you stated that in a meeting I saw with the Lansing Journal. In a Lansing Journal interview, you stated that the board decided to put Tiffany Hilliard in as supervisor because you wanted to avoid chaos with the residents having a chance to voice their opinion in a vote. However, it's way more chaotic with the choice that the board has made for the people. And so the people's voice should never be silent. I would also like to address the attorney in regards to incompatibility of office. She is the township supervisor. She is also the mayor of Dolton. The common law doctrine of incompatibility of public offices precludes one person from simultaneously holding two incompatible public offices. This is from the Dyer's case. This is from Millward versus Thatcher, Eddie versus County Commissioners of Peoria. She does in fact supervise herself, being Dolton Township Supervisor and Mayor of Dolton. And so, with that being said, this would be considered a plural office in the state of Illinois, would it not?
Yes, it is.
Can you please explain to me why this would not be a plural office or not an office that will be incompatible of holding both positions? You can? You're not going to answer? Okay. Well, I feel that those offices are incompatible, and that is something that can be challenged in court by a regular person, by an attorney. Maybe Lori Lightfoot, since they're paying her $400 an hour, I expect big things. And so I don't like big decisions being made for me on behalf of other people. And so I want to hold the board accountable just as much as I'm holding
Thank you.
Supervisor Hilliard accountable.
I agree.
For the decision being made to put her in a position that seems to be way more chaotic than letting the people have a choice in a vote.
Right.
And I also like to state that I have FOIA requests for review for the Public Access Officer of Illinois. I have OMA requests for review for the Public Access Council of Illinois. So if you've been violated with not getting a FOIA, if you've been violated in a public meeting or had your civil rights violated, then I have those forms for you. And it's disheartening that I would have to get these forms out for Tiffany. I was locked outside that meeting. I didn't appreciate that. Why would I be locked outside a public meeting? Because it's not safe, because it's a threat, but in fact the threat is sitting on a board. That's a threat. That hurts my heart. You understand what I'm saying to you? First, it was the sexual predator that was hired for code enforcement, right? So you didn't know about that. Then this stuff comes out about Andrew Holmes, and they say you know about that, and you try to suppress it. I don't want you protecting.
And now we find out, excuse me, I'm gonna wipe this camera on. And now we find out that Michael Smith, who has been standing up in meetings and defending her, is also a predator. Was fired from I think a high school for victimizing children.
People who are out here raping people. I don't think it's safe for you. I definitely don't think it's safe for justice. I don't want your daughter around people who are suspect. And Andrew Holmes was left for months around just the general public. I didn't know this went on when he came knocking at my door to give me a turkey. I just so happened didn't answer the door. when I'm not trying to be funny, because this is serious. It was posted on Dolton Politics months and months and months before it came on the news. No means no, Andrew Holmes. But nobody knew what it meant, did we?
Listen, I told y'all when we watched one of the meetings from like November, in the comments, a guy said, and sitting there is the newest sex offender, Andrew Holmes. Remember? We watched the meeting together from November, and it was in the comments. How come it wasn't addressed before? I mean, Trina's sitting here saying this has been on Facebook for the longest. How come? And that's why. Let me look up this word real quick so I can make sure I understand what it meant when it was used. Oh, thank you. I see that somebody sent me a PayPal. Oh, you guys are sweet. You're awesome. You make me smile. Let me see if I can see who it's from so that I can thank you. Hold on 1 second. They won't let me see. I don't know if you don't mind me saying your name. Last name Lewis. Thank you so much. I appreciate the PayPal very much. That pays for StreamYard. Let me see if I'm using this word correctly so I can make sure I understand what I thought it meant. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I did understand the word correctly. I'm smart. So when Regina Waldron asked the trustees, remember when she had Brittany Norwood, Tammy Brown, and Kiana Belcher, the trustees, when they read the complaint against Andrew Holmes and Tiffany Henyard, remember when she asked them if they knew about these charges or these allegations, and they said no. Do you remember the second question Regina Waldrop asked them, the follow-up question? Because good journalists always ask a follow-up question. She asks, was there any scuttlebutt? Now, I understood at the time that scuttlebutt meant conversation around the background about it. And now looking at the definition of scuttlebutt, it means gossip or rumors. Now, the three trustees said, no, there was no scuttlebutt about this. But I just heard Trina say on the Dolton Politics Facebook page, people been saying it for months. No means no, Andrew Holmes. And I just told you that in November, we saw a meeting from November where one of the comments said it alluded to Andrew Holmes being a rapist and a sex offender. But the three trustees stood there and said there was no scuttlebutt. How did you miss that conversation in the Dolton Politics Facebook page? Now, I can see you missing the comment under a video because there's a lot, those videos be 4 hours long and there's a lot of comments, right? And I call this the breakdown show because we really do take the time to break things down. So I can take the time to look at the comments and see what it says. But that was like the third comment of the meeting. It would have been hard to have watched that meeting without seeing that comment. But let's go to the Dolton Politics page, to the three trustees, Trustee Brown, Trustee Norwood, and Trustee Belcher, who stood there and said there was no scuttlebutt about this. You told Regina Waldrop that. But Trina Downs just said there was. How does she know that? And you don't. Aren't you in the Dolton Politics Facebook page? Or maybe you're not. I don't know. Maybe you've been blocked from that page. I don't know. I got to give you the benefit of the doubt on that one. I find reason to give you the benefit of the doubt. You may be blocked from that page, but I do have a hard time believing that you've not heard anything about this, given what she just said.
And we still in the dark as to what it means. But he's roaming freely around everyone and everybody's family. None of this should be going on a taxpayer's dime. Where is anyone's moral compass? Why is people having sex on official municipal trips? Why is this going on? It's just whatever, everybody just, this is what you guys do on our tax dollars, sexually assault others? Because if she was drunk or incapacitated, you can't drive drunk. I can't imagine that you can give sexual consent drunk.
She was
And so
drugged.
as a black woman, I want to see you protect black women. And I haven't seen that, Tiffany, since you've been in office. Even in Dolton, when a black woman got beat up at the Citgo. Remember that? When she had to use the bathroom and the guy beat her up and he wasn't arrested?
It's a horrible place, man. Y'all can move.
This is what I need. You can look down at the papers, but I know you hear me, right? You're not deaf.
Yeah, I spoke to, in one of our meeting breakdowns, I actually covered the interview that Dr. Clout gave when she said that, and I spoke about the fact that I don't even know who that person is because I never relate to the show Power. I'm not, it just seemed like a low-life show, a ghetto show to me with people who dress well, so it never related to me.
She can't hold her head up right now. She got to ignore me because she knows I really know her heart and I know who she is. And I want
Thank
to know
you,
why
Amanda.
she's doing this. Why are you violating our rights to speak? When I stood next to you for you to speak at every turn, I pushed you forward to speak. Don't let them block you out. You a trustee. Don't let Andrew Holmes say you can't speak.
Remember when I said I didn't know whose side Trina Downs was on? I couldn't tell whose side she was on. I now see that she is holding the mayor accountable, and I'm grateful for it because she's got a brilliant mind. Absolutely brilliant.
You didn't even like him. You said he didn't even live here. But now it's
People will
okay.
tell people what you said now.
This is not okay.
People will tell people what you
can't
said.
have people that you like in office and in positions because you like them and they're willing to do whatever you want them to do. That's not okay. Especially when they're in Dolton and they're in Thornton. That likens to RICO. Can you explain to your client what a RICO charge is?
Look at Tiffany. Look at Tiffany. Look, the attorney is stunned. Trina said, "Can you explain to your attorney what? Can you explain to your client what a RICO charge is? Racketeering? Could you? A conspiracy to commit fraud? Could you?" She said, what?
I'm sure it doesn't really matter because representing in court, you know, that makes you more money than advising your client properly. Right? And so you have a whole lot of people around you who say they're for you and say they're intending for you to have the best things, but they set you up for failure.
Just to get paid.
Chris sit right down there, he set you up. Didn't you, Chris? And then you sat on our police board, then you left when it got real crazy, right?
Talk to him, Trina. Hold that nigga accountable.
I don't know about that. We need a police board because it was 2 men that were hung in Dolton Police Station. They found them hanging in May of 22.
Look at her.
And again in October of 2022.
You know you can't read. What are you looking at?
I got my medical examiner report. What a coinky dink. But I thought that Dolton police were responsible for detainees. Why, Lacey? Just hang yourself? That's your advice? I still got that footage. Just hang yourself. Right?
That's what he told that lady.
And so this needs to be absolutely stopped. It really does. I don't like what I'm hearing. I don't like what I'm seeing. And so you can stop me now, but you can't stop this pen.
Thank you, Ms. Downs.
When name is Jean-Paul Reyes. I'm an independent journalist. My company's name is Long Island Audit, Inc. I travel around the country from New York to California and everywhere in between investigating corruption. I have never, ever seen corruption like Mayor Tiffany Henry. Super mayor, super corrupt.
Thank you, Sean, for this.
Your police department threatened your police chief, who's not even qualified to be the police chief, can't even pass a simple exam, not even qualified, pulled out his handcuffs to try and intimidate me with unlawful arrest. Another officer threatened to throw me into a cell. There's over 15,000 people here watching.
Let me tell you why Tiffany Henry is talking right now and not listening to Long Island Audit. Not because he's so awesome, because he's not even a citizen of Dolton. He's not a citizen of Harvey. He's not a citizen of Riverdale. He's not a resident in the township. Why the fuck is he even getting up to speak? Why? Why are you here? In all the audits you've done, when's the last time you went to a town hall or a board meeting for a town you audited? You just milking the views, baby. We see you, because all he did was go outside and call the police and make the block hot. And anybody who knows us know we don't call the police. But I'll let him finish.
The FBI is going to get you, and they're going to throw you in the federal penitentiary. That day is going to come. Lori Lightfoot, and everybody here from Dolton, and everybody watching, she has no legal authority to do anything. It's a waste of time. She has a waste of time and money. It's going to cost you at least $30,000, and she has no subpoena power. She's getting paid $400 an hour. $30,000 is 72 hours. She'll be done in 2 weeks. And then what is she going to find? That this woman that we all know she's corrupt is corrupt? She's going to ask Tiffany Henry for
But who is he talking to? He's talking to people in the room. Address the body. I'm really annoyed by this guy, especially after he called the police. I felt like that was, see, and if you are outside of Black American culture, then you'd be like, what did he do wrong? In 2015, every single person who was killed by the police in Charlotte, North Carolina was Black. Over 500 people. In 2016, they tried to make me one of them. After I watched a man die at my feet. And they pinned that murder that was from a Charlotte police officer on another Black man. We don't call the police unless we absolutely have to. I get in car accidents and trade insurance information. Call the insurance company, verify that shit is real, and then go about our fucking business. Do you hear me? For that man to have gone to that meeting full of Black people and called the police after the police done said, people have said over and over, they scared of the police. I already gave my 2 cents on him. Go watch that video. Let me let his dumb ass continue.
You can read them in your jail.
He's still talking.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Get over here. Coward.
My money outside on her truck.
And I think she went
All
out.
right, testing, y'all. Can y'all hear me? All right, can I have the floor, please?
Go ahead, baby.
He's
All right, my name is
smoking
Nate
left with his
Fields.
dumb ass.
I live at 15475 Maryland,
That's why
South Holland,
this video
Illinois.
is going to be over again. He spoke and left, and then Burgundy Blue Commentary went outside to fangirl. No shade.
Hey.
Not enough.
So, hey, so.
You talking about if you wait, hold on, Lisa. If you talking about Keith Freeman, then I absolutely see Kanye West. I actually call him Mushmouth and say that's Kanye West's little cousin. If you talking about him, I don't know. You might just be stoned. I don't know who you talking about, girl. And no problem being stoned, though. Shout out to you.
I know what's right
until this can
from
finish.
what's wrong, and we all know that. I came up here to ask a question. I'm not looking for an answer because I know it's public comment. That's what I'm gonna be told, right? But
okay, so she ended her live. I'm gonna give us a second to turn around because we're actually gonna look at the live, that same portion now from Long Island Audit's perspective. I really did like Real Late Night Crew's perspective, but there was static on his live, so it made it really difficult to hear and understand what was happening. But I want to give us 3 quick minutes to go refresh our drinks, empty our bladders, do the things people our age have to do. I've read the analytics. I know who we are. So I'm going to give us a quick minute, and then we'll be right back to dig back into the next video. Hold on, let me give you some music to play with. What you doing down there, Mr. Cal? What you doing down there, Mr. Cal? I'll be right back.